Alrighty, welcome back. We're going to jump on into game 3 here for the day. It's been a spicy one here. RNG getting delivered their first loss by Fnatic just a moment ago. And we're going to see if PSG can actually continue the run here and bring everyone even closer here. If PSG actually get the win over RNG, we're going to be sitting at a tie across the top side of this bracket here, actually, with HLE and Fnatic to face off against each other in the next one. But let's sit into what's going on here. Aurelia, Lisa, and Lucian. A lot of your normal bans. Zoe getting banned out against Maple, which is a good special pick, but that has allowed the Yuumi to come through, which people are a little shy to actually think about what the original counters were to Yuumi way back when. So I'll hope that they can sort of figure that one out, or maybe we might actually see some of those options start to rear their head since Yuumi has been around for so long in this world's meta. Xiao Hu and Wei gonna grab the Misfortune and the TF for Gala and Cryan respectively. So nothing too special here. 80 carry pool. It's kind of listening to the church, the gospel, the preacher of the church recently, and he's suggesting we need more 80 carries in the mix, but we'll see if any variations come out of that. And LeBlanc's going to be picked up here. So we kind of need to see what is going to be the big winning point here for PSG, because LeBlanc has had a pretty good win percentage so far in this tournament, but it still has yet to appear to be the champion that can take over a game and really win the game. And unfortunately, Unified, he's going to get this gen, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. I didn't like it when it has gated other 80 carries in this tournament. And I am actually with LS on this one, that I don't like the gen pick at all. It does not do anything. It cannot do any carry elements. You'd have to get super late for it to maybe even attempt to do that. And the utility is nice, but you basically need your mid and top side and your jungle to win the game for you. It does not really give the AD carry a lot of true agency at any point in the game to really turn or make fights sway in their team's favor. Olaf banned against River is not a bad idea. Otherwise, yeah, kind of staying pretty standard here. Nothing crazy. Jarvan coming in for Wei, but I think we saw him earlier in this tournament on it. If not, we've seen it do quite well, and it'll do a good job of at least locking up Unified, so that Jin's gonna have to look out for those ganks there. And the Jace gonna get banned out against Xiao Hu. Now, what is this top lane gonna look like? Because Cryan, less than favorable for Lisa. Or at least definitely not one of the top elite mid laners at this tournament. But the top side here is Xiao Hu Hanabi. This will be a very interesting matchup indeed. And it looks like Xiao Hu's even going to get last pick here. The Jace getting banned out, getting his Jace removed, getting another jungler banned on the side of RNG. What is going to be left here? There's Jax. Camilla's actually not shown up for quite a while. Malphite's incredibly unlikely. There goes the Kennen. We've seen Renekton rear his face, but I think that was in weaker picks. Weaker options. Graves has been removed. What is left in the top lane? No tanks. Irelia's gone. Jax is up and available. And here comes Ming's Nautilus. We have not seen this. At least most of us in the West have not seen a lot of Nautilus. Or at least haven't seen Ming's Nautilus since MSI. Hasn't done very well so far. It's a little too squishy these days. But still has great ability to engage and ruin some people's lives. Leona getting bypassed seems really weird to me, though, because she's been the premier tanky engage champion. But the Nautilus hook could really do a lot to disrupt Kaiwing and really catch this Pussycat out of sorts and blow her up quite easily and quite instantly. It also means that there's an easier target to throw on. If you can get the R onto her, to follow her all the way to wherever she is and whatever target you desire. River got to pick up the talent. Love to see this pick. I think them pushing. It's the priority lanes is really what's going to determine this. I think bot lane may actually get it with the bouncing grenade and Yumi's involvement. And the Gwen, which we have not seen the Gwen since I haven't seen since early. I think we haven't seen it in like a week since play-ins basically. And it was mostly on Fudge. So this could be very, very interesting here. And Kali getting hovered, not too sure about that one. Orin, definitely not sure about that one. So I like the Gwen pick. I haven't seen that in a while. It's going to be a blind pick for Hanabi going into the top lane. But there's going to be the counter. Here comes the Camille. I think that's why we've seen Camille drop off, because Gwen has also dropped off. I wouldn't exactly say one is The clear counters aren't too there. I think it's all a bit of play. And there's not exactly much in the Gwen kit to counter the true damage from the Camille. So top side should definitely be where all the action's at. We expect Kaiwing to get like level 2, level 3, and start making their way on up top side. Ming, level 2, can start roaming with Nautilus. So there's a lot of early game play potential here. The trick is going to be, is that what they really want to play for? Because what is going to happen by PSG Talon, it's going to be just, full clear, full for a river for like until level 6 basically. It's about when he's going to have his levels, his items, to really be able to go in and start assassinating people. So there are some elements here, there are some options or possibilities depending on what the supports and the junglers want to do. We've definitely seen maybe just one level 2 Jarvan gank, but it's just not popular enough, and it's kind of isn't really worth it considering how much golden XP and kind of map control goes over to the other team. So right now, with at least these comps, doesn't look like it's going to be near too much early game pressure, too much aggression. Should be a very topside focused game here with just Hanabi and Xiaohu, both of them taking Ignite here. Conqueror versus Grasp. So there's going to be a lot. There's a big, like, just boiling pot of water ready to be tipped over and ruin everything over on top side here. It's just a question of who's going to be able to get up there first and influence that matchup. Little early poke there for Kaiwing, probably projectile. Crying. He is not going to bother backing. Ward placement has gone out. That's a nice little pixel brush defensive ward. Looks like that is from... Ooh, it might have been from Maple actually. That ward kill goes over to Camille, so giving that XP advantage over, that'll be one less minion necessary to hit level 2, so Xiaohu may have a all-in opportunity to go in there onto Hanabi. And now RNG making their own move here. It's going to be a late invade here, minute 15. Minute 20. There we go. Now they're going to start moving themselves in. No scanner available. I'm going to put a ward over there by the wolves. This is going to be very late. This is a very late invade. They're going to bring 3 in. They're just going to be able to actually poke out a little bit and put some damage on the way, but they're going to leave this one alone. It's going to inform River to do a vertical jungle. He hasn't even taken his Gromp. He's starting over on the wolves because they spotted this out early enough. Hook's going to go in onto Jin. Unified is going to be brought low. A decent bit of trading coming out from Kaiwing and Unified, but most of that damage on to the AD carry is not what you want. He's also loaded himself with a bunch of pots and boots and everything, so he might be able to hold out. Unified might be able to hold himself together. It's not that single pot start. This, strangely enough, also kind of puts Xiaohu like on an island, because right now, because of the vertical jungling that's happening and what RNG have done to affect this game, River's still gonna be able to get a full clear effectively, but it does put the onus on to Hanabi to actually like get the advantage here, considering Xiaohu is going to be in danger for this whole time, and it's almost like they're indexing now for bot lane instead of top lane. Like they're just gonna let Xiaohu just play it out, play passive, and not really worry about too much. Meanwhile, Wei is going to try to take advantage of the prior advantage, and I think we're about to have a got spotted there. There comes a teleport in from River, and that's going to be for naught. But this might also actually provide him a bit of an advantage here. The Scuttle Crab's going to be acquired. River trying to help out here, trying to be available in case there's a dive, but it's just baited out right now. Squire's Boom's going to spot out. There's no one contesting for it. Now Cryan and Wei are actually going to be able to move themselves up to the top of the river here. Cryan just needs to shove this wave in to make sure that, frankly, Maple has to stay to catch the wave. And now it's going to be a double crab start there for RNG. All right, that's going to be massive. Waze secures the Scuttle Crab. He's going to start peeking his head in here. He's going to spot out. I think it's still like a level 1 blue buff there. Yeah, it just might still be a level 1 blue buff. He's going to go ahead and get started on it. And I think River might end up being too late to contest for that blue buff. He's still going for his regular full clear, but he's going to get a huge advantage over here for Way right now. Now he just needs to, he's going to back off. So level still maintained. CS is still quite the same, but now there's nothing here for River to pick up actually. He's going to get caught out here. Crying's going to get the gold card onto him. Cannot jump just yet. And that's going to be first blood over to Way. And now PSG in a little bit of trouble here. Hanabi's going to have to abandon this top side. The rotation movements out from Ming and Crying, basically giving RNG full control of the top side of this map right now. And they're going to be able to actually get a lot done on this turret. No Herald required. Or they're just going to crash the wave. Okay, they're just going to crash the wave in. And not too much crazy going on just yet. Major gold advantage really is only with the jungler right now. Top side's pretty even. 80 carries though, got a bit of a difference there. 12 CS lead for Galan. He just got his first turret plate. All right, but yeah, this game's staying pretty. Got a little spicy there. Just the pathing sort of ending, putting River to where he was in a very dangerous position. Maybe should have backed, considering there was not much else to really be done there. Otherwise, no fighting to the death or anything like that. So let's go with what's going to be the big problem here. Oh, good dodge there by Unified. Those boots bringing out the best dodge skills in the game here. That hook will be everything. So yeah, I think it's going to be a very big issue for PSG Talon with just having the right amount of damage to pull us off, because just not high confidence with what can be done into RNG's comp, especially with how much sort of effective tankiness will be there. The Bruisers initiative, Zhao Hu, probably it's gonna be like 3 Bruisery builds with like a support, Nautilus rounding out those 3. I just don't like their odds. I don't like that Unified's on this utility pick. I don't like this kind of AD carry in this situation right now. This is not going to bode well for him. He's not going to be able to get much done in the wave clear because of just the 2 auto attacks per auto attack on Misfortune when she's hitting a new target is going to actually just speedball her way ahead of any pacing that is attempted by Unified, and that's going to be Way asserting dominance. River forced to leave, and I think we might have a little bit of trouble here. Ming trying to bait it out. Now look for that hook. Just making him look for it, making him focus, but River has arrived. They know he's there. That ward spots him out here. Crying's going to get on the move here. Maple with his teleport up and available. Oh, and here comes a guy. Identify River. He's all alone, and they're just going to blow him up one more time here. It's going to be a second kill for RNG. Goes over to Crying, so they just get rid of the backup. They get rid of the defensive jungler. There's 3 bot side now. Maple did bring himself along on the teleport, but RNG don't care about that. It's one of those, we got the kill, we demoralized you, and now we're done. Oh, I think him showing himself really like proc that. The wave gets held up, but nope, Crying calls it, and they go right for it right now. So this has actually been really great here. Crying away, getting some work done, kind of synergizing together. There hasn't been too much going on top side. Zhaohu's been pretty passive. The CS is actually in Hanabi's favor, which I sense will balance out after a short time. All right, so this Herald's going to be started up here. RNG, 2k gold lead right now, only 8.45 minutes in. This is not the best look. This is not the best starting here for PSG. Is not a lot of contending or getting your timings down right enough to, you know, serve the situation as you should. All right. Let's see here. Yep. And then 1,200 gold lead for Gala right now against Unified. This game is just getting bled out right now. 3K gold lead over for RNG. First turret hasn't even been taken yet. And the joke is that it's like, what, 15 CS difference for the AD carries, 5 CS difference for mid lane. Good 11, not bad, pretty strong there, but Talon's also died twice. And top lane's like in the advantage of Hanabi on this Gwen, but the rest of the gold accumulation from just the tower plates has really garnered. Oh, missing the chain there and gonna get stunned and shot back. Yeah. There we go. Rope build time going to come on out. Unified going to dodge that. That's Kraken Slayer in the pocket of Gala. His advantage is going to be clean and clear. Unified, I think you might need to leave. It's going to be able to grab at least one CS with the trap there, but that's going to be a cannon wave lost. And chances are going low here. River's coming on up. Xiao should have a pretty easy time walking away. Oh boy. Oh, that's insane there right now. 1,000 like 6. Oh boy. 1,600 gold advantage. This is getting. It's still just sitting so rough. 1,200 gold leader in mid lane. Or even just a passive or something like that. Alright, and now Unified's just going to have to try to freeze this one, I think. Or I guess that might be the good call, considering there's not much else to be done for quite a while. Yep, top plate's getting handled. Yeah, 30 seconds left on plates, really. And the first herald was already used. I believe top side. Yeah, we're down to 2 or 3 turret plates left on red side, top lane. And now he's trying to get it done. Yep, he's going to be able to clear this wave. I gave over too much more gold or lose too much more experience. Stun card coming in here. Maple, I think you're going to want to exit out. He'll get out safely. He's going to go back in here. Chain's actually going to land on the way. He's going to chunk him into half, but I think there's still going to be enough strong. Nope, wave clear coming in from Maple. Dodges the hook. Necessary plays here from Maple to try to keep his team in this game here, but PSG have yet to make like a proactive action really in this entire game, like all together, and this might be it. Prime projectile, Hook's gonna catch on. That's gonna be the ultimate spell book here. It's gonna actually hold them up here, but now Talon's gonna have to go golden, or at least go invisible to run away, and they're not even gonna able to kill Ming off. So RNG take their second turret. It happens to be mid lane, and this is where the end begins. It's gonna be 5k gold lead, just 5k gold lead at 15 minutes. Turret plays have been off for like a minute now, and PSG Talon just not able to keep themselves in this game. It's kind of heartbreaking. Kind of was looking for, hoping for more out of this team. And they've held their own. They've gone 2-2. This day is still not over. There's still a chance for them to make it out of this group. There's still plenty of chances for PSG to make it out of this group. It's just going to be a question of how do they get there. I guess right now it's going to start with getting the second Herald. Xiaohu going to be dueling out. Hanabi and Xiaohu still pretty much bloodless. They're both 0-0-0. Hanabi winning out that trade there. Xiaohu going to be forced to back and reset. Yep, that is that ward there that just disappeared by chickens. Warner that Tally and Yumi were on their way. That's going to be third turret, so all outer turrets taken by RNG for like no contest, barely any blood spilt. And this is getting a little roll over and die here from PSG. Like, I think Fnatic showed us earlier that if you want to actually contend with these top guys in the world, you need to be sitting on the edge of your seat, just pushing everything and challenging everything and being willing to take insane fights that actually almost cost you the game. And we're just not seeing that out of PSG, especially like it's something that we definitely want to see after all the great fighting that they did back at MSI, especially against like Damwon Kia and stuff and RNG. Actually, it was that RNG series in MSI that's what made me a fan of like Maple and this whole team, was just being able to just hold their own, and they just needed just the right fight. They just needed the right fight, and they could have I think even knocked RNG out of MSI playoffs. Here comes the Trundle. He's looking for another speed boost from Mizara. He's not going to be able to get it in time. And now they're going to be able to actually get themselves a turret as well. So PSG trying to keep it close. That's going to be traded out for RNG's third Drake. So we're just right as rain. And I think Unified is going to... Nope, this is going to be Hanabi actually. He's going to get into his mist. He's trying to actually heal this one up. And if he can actually get this down, he's going to get the kill on to Ming. Oh, Ming and Gala go down here. Double kill for Hanabi. Yeah, I think we forgot the power of the Gwen. And Hanabi is not. He just needles them to death here. Needlework and the heal from that going and doing so much work here. Riftmaker carrying Hanabi through that one, and I believe he used an ignite as well. So great stuff, great work there from Hanabi. Unfortunately, RNG's bot side kind of overestimating their ability here. Hook's able to land, and they just don't actually use much of anything else. Bullet time's up and available, but the moment he can actually start getting these lineups, it's actually ridiculous. Watch this healing. Just gets like an extra, almost like 500 health from that. Just silly and handled. Yep, see, that's why I don't like LeBlanc these days. I don't think Maple's gonna be able to spot this. It's gonna be 3 in tow. Tried to get in front of him. Alright. Xiaohu gets out for free. PSG get a little moment to try to reset themselves a bit as well. And RNG not with any cross map plays right now, so that death from Xiaohu might have meant very little. Didn't even have to. There's nothing being burned here. He's probably gonna walk himself out, even though the teleport's up and available. All right, here we are. So 3 Drakes up, 4th Drake coming up in 3.5 minutes here. PSG Talon, 4K gold down from RNG, but I would not call that an insurmountable situation just yet. And it's not like they've actually been going really hard in the paint, especially with this TF pick, which they kind of should. But from the split map earlier, it's just indicating that they're having a much more passive play about this. Herald's going to get dropped. Don't think that was all too planned. Trying to time this out. It's going to be with at least one. I'll be able to have one minion wave show up, creep wave show up. And it's going to be a full siege right now. Clearing out the minions, but it's not really going to matter. This Herald's going to actually drop this tower down to nothing. And here goes Xiaohu just trying to get the poke in. He's going to actually get the isolation on to one of them, but it's going to be a blow up there. The gold, the stopwatch actually saving some lives there for a minute here, and Hanabi actually gets the trade. But now it's going to be on to Unified to do his best, but it's not going to work, sadly. I wanted that kill onto the Misfortune, honestly, but that's just not going to happen. Okay, so PSG holding their own a little bit there. Unfortunately, 5 turrets gone, 1 turret left. This is just looking harder and harder and rougher for them. Just not really able to get a lot done. There's not a lot of agency on the side of PSG Talon actually. And Talon's just actually has left the channel, honestly. Gets a good Gore Drinker pop. It's a great stun across everyone. But there's just no hope here. The damage difference and the coordination. The ability just to start a fight. That's actually a critique we could have of the PSG Talon lineup, or at least their composition in this match. Who engages? River just jumps in with Yumi on him, and they hopefully get the stun from the chapter from the Yumi ultimate. I just don't see that really playing itself together. Hanabi has no CC, and Maple CC is quite limited. And the best thing that they can really get is just Unified landing a Deadly Flourish on someone who's been given a little bit of damage by someone else on his team. So PSG with really not a lot of agency in their picks, nor in this comp. And I think that's probably why this has felt more like a roll over and die game. Maybe we'll actually get something here, but the hook will connect onto the wall. And Nautilus will stay. Go back, but he'll be fine. He'll be alive. And that was kind of the pick that was needed to really scare away RNG from taking this Dragon Soul, which looks to be it's gonna be an Infernal. But yeah. And now try to actually figure this one out here. Hanabi's going to be going on in. The cat's attached to him. And there's going to be a golden Ming. But Gala, I think you've actually been left out to dry here. Ming's going to go down here. Probably projectile's going to secure it. And now PSG getting the fight on. And this is what they want to get here. Chain's going to connect. And I think you're going to be in some trouble here. Zhao, who's going to actually use the Hex's ultimatum. But it's not going to be for much. Crying, trying to get as much damage down here. Red card's going to go across the entire team. But everyone on the side of PSG stays alive. And that is massive swing. This is a massive swing by PSG. Get them in the fight that they want, and they handle it. They probably watched enough of that RNG team fighting footage from MSI. They're ready for the team fight. The rest of the game, a little suspicious. Not really the best things. But now they're going to be able to start pushing back here. They know they can push back. They know they can win the fight here. And I love just Hanabi just going forward here, getting the needlework done. You know what? Ming's golden. Don't care. I'm not going to wait for him. I'm going to kill the man behind him. And Ming just brings them to the rest of the fight here. The chain attempted to be escaped from, but that's going to be just a dead Xiaohu. Alright. So let's look at the items here for a minute here. About 2 hourglasses on the side of PSG. The AP is going to be quite significant, while the AD is going to be a little spread. Don't really like that there's like, effectively there's like 3 AP damage sources on the side of PSG, which means any MR is going to hurt, you know, really hurt quite a bit. And we may be seeing that out of Camille or out of Jarvan, but I think we already see it out from Nautilus. He's got the Abyssal Mask, and now here comes the jump. Oh, and that's huge damage. Gala actually just kills off River. Last chapter stuns out the 3 members of RNG to allow them to escape. That is not the trade you want here. This could be a jungler for an AD carry. Well, actually, it's jungler and jungler are both dead. Okay. I wonder if we saw the Oats, brother. Nope. Alrighty. So what needs to happen on the side of PSG to actually bring this back even further and contest RNG for the win, basically? And right now, it looks like this could be 1-3-1 for both teams. Not too aggressive in nature. Nice pick. Oh, he dodges into it. Sad. That bullet time. I bet there's actually lethality on this Misfortune now, because that has been one of the best builds on Misfortune, unless there's a tank on the other side. Alright, it's the Kraken Slayer, so it's going to be the crit build. Auto attacks. A little bit of lethality. But I think that's just because of the Gwen. Because that zone could really just ruin an entire thing, and she can just stand there while none of the ultimate impacts her. And we're still just holding. It'll be a simple holding pattern here. I was really hoping for more of a bloody show today, but unfortunately, I guess if Fnatic's not in the game, it's gonna stay pretty calm, pretty collected. Looks like, let's see here. So river control, it's pretty half and half. Neither team really fully confident here. RNG, I think, overestimating what PSG are able to do, at least based on the gold. Sneaking out, sneaking through the jungle. Gonna be able to grab this before it's time to go. Alright, minute 15 here. Infernal Drake back up. They have to clear this out and get out of here as soon as possible here. Looks like RNG are backing and resetting themselves at the 1 minute mark. They should be on their way back out to the field with as much as they can carry right now. 3.5 items for the Misfortune. The Hex Drinker in play and should pretty much protect him quite easily from Maple or Kai Wing's burst. Though I don't think you'll stand a chance against Gwen, but it's worth a try. Alright, here we go. Here, 36 seconds left, and I'm sorry, but PSG a little bit behind the mark. At least they're behind RNG, and RNG are not kidding around here. They want to get this. They got their sight wards out, control wards up and available. And be able to get rid of that vision. So PSG trying to find themselves an avenue in. Ming throwing a ward over the wall. And now we have a conundrum here because it's effectively a wall. All right, let's see here. Positioning. They've got Zhao Hu. I think he might be thinking about a flank. It'll probably be better elsewhere. Dragon will get started. Maple spotted on that ward back there. I don't think PSG know this. Crying, going for something cheeky. This could be the miss gone from Gwen. That's going to be one of our biggest teamfight pieces. Oh, and that's going to get secured by way. Now the fight gets started here. Depth charge is going to go off. It's going to actually miss most everyone how to be going golden. And now here comes the final curtain. But I think you're going to have to run away here. Bullet time is going to come across. Mabel's going to be brought very low. Alright, and this game has gotten and its final chapter. Now RNG, they're resetting here, but PSG are actually going to play bold, and they're going to be able to spot this. Actually, that ward is going to catch them, and now RNG are going to be forced to make a decision here and going to try to figure this opportunity out. Biblical tales, options. We're going to need some godlike performances here and secure, and there's going to be the engage. And right now, River is so low here. It might actually not even matter about the Baron. Way's going to jump over and join the fight, but it's going to be a very short-lived situation here. They're both just trading health bars back and forth here. Now PSG, I don't think you're going to be able to go back to that Baron. You guys need to back off. You need to heal up. You need to reset yourselves for the rest of the fight, but especially for the Dragon. Or at least in this case, the Baron. The Danger Noodle. Alrighty, let's see what we can sort. And Gold lead is not that bad, but that's good. Oh, and that's Infernal Soul actually collected by RNG. So that option has been secured in that last little fight and exchange there. So Soul goes over to RNG. Extra explosions for them, and this is going to be scary, scary times for PSG Talon. Yeah. Gala ready to actually pull some people up here, but River's going to start chasing down Way here, and there's going to be not a lot of options for Way to run away here, and there's no one topside for him. Cryan making his way, but I think that's about as much River wanted to get. It's quite a few jumps used, but I think we're late enough in the game. He's going to be able to freely roam this map, and we need to see River activated here. This Talon has been behind for a lot of the game here. 4 kills, well, 4 deaths. It's only like, 4 assists, 1 kill. It's been mostly the Hanabi show on the side of PSG. Everyone else has kind of either not died or not gotten a lot done. It's kind of a disappointment for Maple, but this is also what I've expected, or what at least I've come to expect out of the LeBlanc. It's just not going to get much done, but it's supposed to be like this safe blind pick that has agency on the map, but I'm still just not seeing it. Oh wow, it's gonna be crashing again. Now they just want the fight here. It could be chain going on to Ming here, but he's gonna be able to go golden again. No. Oh, and he's gonna get so golden. Hanabi just stunned up and not allowed to get anything done here. Way and Jahud inside, but it's gonna not matter. Cryan with the flank, and now here comes the might be the end game here. Chain's gonna stop him, but it's not gonna stop the gold card. Now Maple, I think you're gonna be out of options here, bud. He's gonna get blown up here. Kill secured by Way with the slam dunk from the Cataclysm, and now RNG kind of with full rights and abilities to maybe even finish this game out. 41 seconds left on Maple. Hanabi and Unified are going to be up in about 20-25 seconds each. I don't think there's going to be much of a chance here. And RNG with the kind of pacing to actually finish this one off. Bullet Time's going to go out, just actually remove River, and he's going to get stunned up and removed. Oh my gosh, Guardian Angel's going to just delay the inevitable here. And RNG, they grind it out. They play it slow. Kind of a siesta game here in a way, but they're going to pull the trigger when it matters. They're going to knock PSG down, and they may very well have just secured themselves going forward in this tournament. They might have actually secured themselves a win, enough wins here to get themselves out of groups here. They're going to actually advance themselves to 4-1, and PSG Talon unfortunately going to be at the 2-3 situation here. The next game could actually really decide and define like a possible. We could have a possible 3-way tie after the next game here with Fnatic versus Hanwha Life. But we'll have to see from there. But good showing here from RNG. PSG not really doing too much with that draft here. Hanabi doing very well on the Gwen, but not a lot to really follow up or enable him outside of the Yuumi, which just did not really get a lot done either. And is quite well countered if you can just pull the who she's attached to into your team. You might get a 2-for-1 deal there. So good to see some counters being brought in, and we will be right back for the next game.